Dude, these randomizers ain't shit. Sure, it might look gigantic, but because it's only level 1, it ain't shit.
I summon God in attack mode. Your move, Yugi boy.
And they just like drop dead. Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to the Nuzlocke channel. Today is going to be a fine, frivolous adventure into the world of Pokemon because we are going to be watching the very final video of Jaden Animation's Nuzlocke adventure. At least I think it's the last one. I searched high and low, and although I did find some other Pokemon related stuff, I think this is the last of the Jaden Animation's Nuzlocke videos. So let's sit back, relax, and enjoy it. And if you do know that there are others out there from Jaden that I should watch related to Pokemon, please let me know. It's Pokemon time! Take it away, Jaden.
Pokemon faints, it dies. Catch one Pokemon.
Okay, like 2 seconds in, I'm just gonna get this off my system.
Pokemon faints, it dies.
God, I wish that were me.
Catch one Pokemon.
Golem is such cool.
To set up for emotional trauma. But this time we're doing something a bit different. A 2-person Nuzlocke. It's technically called a Soul Link, but no one knows what that means. So basically, you.
Oh, right. Yes. In one of the last videos, I mentioned I want to do a Nuzlocke. If I do a Nuzlocke, it's gonna be a Soul Link Nuzlocke. I want to do this. I really do. I've been meaning to do this for such a long time now. I would love for my first Pokemon experience that I stream to be a Nuzlocke with someone I know. So, yeah, if you guys want to see that, let me know.
One person to play the same Pokemon game at the same time, following the same Nuzlocke rules. However, your Pokemon are linked, which means if my starter dies, player 2's starter also dies.
I was going to wonder how that
works.
worked.
Anything about it. Plus, we can only have one primary typing for both of our teams combined. So if I catch a water type and add it to my team, person 2 can't have a water type at all on theirs. And cherry on top, all Pokemon
that's
are
so
randomized.
okay.
I can walk into the grass at any point and accidentally find God. And maybe he'll just kill all my animals right then and there. So with all these new rules in place, I
damn,
need to
okay.
find a player.
So that's... I think the thing that scares me the most about doing a Nuzlocke, other than the setup, is, like, getting overly attached to a Pokemon, loving them to the nth of the earth, and then losing them, and having to go to therapy to deal with the loss of my loved creatures.
One who's a real Pokemon master, able to adapt, improvise, and strategize all at the drop of a hat. And who else other than Pokemon Master himself? Jacob Alpharad.
Of course. Because he's basically your boyfriend.
Has a 50-50 Nuzlocke win ratio. Here's our Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Soul Link Nuzlocke. We both go downstairs, barely greet our mom, and immediately
So this is Pokemon 2 Electric Boogaloo
lab to see what Pokemon he's got for us, because we don't know. They're random.
I'm gonna have to do some research how these Soul Links work.
I just said. We stroll up to him and he pats Jacob on the head and goes, "Here, choose from these 3. I picked them."
This is back when choosing the 3 colors wasn't a Mass Effect meme. And we all realized that in this generation, the only correct choice was Weed Cat. Because the other Pokemon looked like shit.
Especially for you. Torterra, Tentacruel, or Ludicolo.
Well, that's a bit of a surprise.
Alright, what do I get?
That doesn't...
Awesome. Jacob takes Torterra and I take Mankey and we name him Franklin. On our way to talk to Mr. Pokemon, Jacob runs into a Regirock.
Oh my god. So imagine being... God, could you imagine being Jaden in this situation? You see your best friend given a literal mount, a walking island as their first Pokemon. And what do you get? What do you get? You get the average Twitch viewer who's going to throw their poo at you at every opportunity. Dude, I would feel so shafted at that point.
Jacob runs into a Regirock in a random patch of grass, which just flat out explodes on him. No one died, luckily, but also, oh my god. We get an egg, and immediately Professor Elm calls and tells us he's been robbed and bullied.
Oh no!
You really couldn't handle being alone for 10 minutes, could you? On our way back to help a grown adult, we stumble onto a shady figure who scoffs, challenges us to a battle with Pokemon he stole from Elm, which we immediately win. Scoffs again, then drops his wallet, passport, credit
that's
card,
right. Because like in this game, because this is when I stopped playing. This was black and white, right? Was this black and white? Gen 2? What? Is it? What? Gold and silver. Oh, the remakes. Right, understandable.
And Social Security
I
Target
thought
gift
this was
card
black and
on
white
the
for some
ground in
reason.
front of us for the world to see. Dude, get your craps together. You can't be doing that when you're a wanted fugitive. Back in the lab, Elm is crying on the floor as the police and our neighbor are trying to comfort him. And
They
the
found
police
all my
asks
Rule
us if we
34
saw
of
anyone
Pokemon.
suspicious.
Listen here, Doctor.
Yes. We saw his info. Now here we get to name our rival. Jacob and I try to think of someone that we both shared some sort of rivalry with.
Pokerev?
When we remembered a certain professional Pokemon Nuzlocker has been consistently reacting and critiquing our Nuzlocke so far, some of his comments were
Oh my god, that's so
more critical
meta.
than others and directed at one of us more than the other. Mr. Policeman, his name is Jan. Hi, Jan. Let's see if you can destroy us from the inside
Talk
out.
about a
Anyway,
call-out
our neighbor
post.
takes us out
We're
to
not
some grass to
saying
show
you're an
us how to catch a
asshole, but you're
Pokemon.
kind of an
Runs
asshole.
into Articuno, catches it in a Pokeball in the green, and turns to us and goes, see? Just like that.
Dude, these randomizers ain't shit. Oh! Here in the outback, we found ourselves a wild Articuno. These creatures are timid little birds that like to hide out in the long, tall grass. They're quite common in these parts, and there's only one of them, but they're quite common, and if you startle them, they'll give you a good pecking. But here in the outback, we know how to approach the creatures. We're gonna slowly approach the Articuno and throw our Pokeball at it and catch it for good measure.
They give us some Pokeballs and we can finally start our journey. We both run around in the grass and our first encounters are Barboach and Houndoom.
Yeah, Houndoom!
Awesome for Jacob. If he could catch the dang thing, since we only
At this point, you would probably think that Cosmic Alignment has chosen Jacob as Daddy's special little trainer. Jaden has not had a single bit of luck so far.
had Pokeballs, Houndoom was not getting in the ball no matter what, and we ended up not getting that
Aw,
pair. But you know, it's
shame.
alright. There's plenty more encounters like Hoppip Farfetch
Oh.
that Jacob accidentally kills, or Geodude Gyarados that Jacob accidentally kills, or Tyro Charizard.
What? Huh? Dude, I still remember to this day, like, I am ingrained in my mind that seeing a Charizard, because of, like, the Pokemon card game, seeing a Charizard in any form, like, there were certain Pokemon that were so hard to come by that if you saw them in any form, you'd stare at them in glee and awe. Like, seeing that one kid in your high school who had the shiny Gen 1 Charizard card. Like, oh my god, he's so cool. Yo, can we look at your shiny Charizard? Yeah, dude, of course you can. And the second that they stopped collecting Pokemon cards and Pokemon wasn't cool anymore, they got turned back to being that one nerd that collected cards.
That Jacob accidentally kills. Hey, why do I get this? And Jacob gets all this.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
why do you keep killing him, Jacob? But finally,
Yeah,
in the ruins
Jacob,
of
you a
Elf, we
sociopath?
managed to catch a
You
new
psycho?
pair. Sand/Camerupt. Not bad at
Sandslash!
all. We tried to name them Michael,
Sandslash.
but both misspell it. So welcome to the team, Michels. Then on Route 32, we catch Totodile Beedrill, which is
Beedrill!
also pretty good, mainly for just me. We started combining the two Pokemon to
cute
create
little
their
creature.
names, so we ended up somehow with Bedrodo. We ran into a trainer who had a frickin'
Dude, that is the neuro-spicy levels of ADHD thinking right there. And I love it because that's exactly the kind of bullshit I would do. Also, hello there, inflates you big and round.
Palkia on his team. Fun
That is
fact,
a chonker!
Did you know if you Google Palkia type weakness, Google will
Palkia is a water dragon type legendary Pokemon introduced in generation blah, 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 blah. Weakness, Salamence, and too many tabs. This is what's called being a React Andy.
that he's weak to fairy and Salamence. No other dragons, just Salamence. So Jacob and I started joking around every time we saw a Palkia. Oh no, if only I had a Salamence. Uh-oh, don't have a Salamence
Don't
over
bully
here.
the
It's
giant
kinda strange
monster.
how many-
That's so mean. Just because it's a level 1 and you can kick it and it'll fall over. This is what's called power creep. Sure, it might look gigantic, but because it's only level 1, it ain't shit.
Palkias we ran into, but that didn't stop us from bullying every single one. So we take on Faulkner, the first gym leader, who has Kyogre Bronzor and Metagross
I thought this was
Dragonair.
Gen 2.
Oh my god. After a lot of
My
difficulty,
favorite
we both
long
managed
boy. Okay. The Dragonite evolution. Dude, I'm so cooked. Prismatic evolutions has ruined my understanding of Pokemon. I keep calling every evolution evolution. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But guys, am I the only one who thinks that that Dragonite is a downgrade from Dragonair? Like, Dragonair is the long boy. Dragonair, vastly superior. Doesn't have to worry about needing to have pants, doesn't have to worry about fitting into clothes. He is just the danger noodle.
To beat him with no casualties. I don't know how that happened, but hey, everyone's all right. Oh, he's gonna take himself out. Oh my god! How about some encounters to lighten the mood? Oh, hello, Shuckle Suicune. That Jacob accidentally kills. In Azalea Town, we challenge Bugsy.
I'm starting to see a trend here. I'm starting to think Jacob is a sociopath.
Jan, who is surprised we haven't been demolished yet. Yeah, I'm surprised too. Challenges us to a battle, which we also win. We run into Mawile Deoxys in the forest, who someone accidentally kills, and make our way to Goldenrod, where there's a security guard that'll give us both a Pokemon. He hands me
The security guard asks, how many Pokemon have you killed today?
a Porygon 2, which I'm ecstatic about.
Porygon 2!
Turns to Jacob.
Smooth boy.
And gives him Regigigas.
One of these Pokemon will destroy the world and blow everything up. One of these Pokemon will give you an epileptic fit. Pick your choice.
Which we can't use because they're both normal types. Of all the legends you had to get, of course you get the only normal type besides actual God. We beat Whitney and in the national park find Piplup Flaffy, which we named Flap. I pitched to Jacob that I'm willing to trade the
No, you didn't. No, Jaden! Jaden! The degenerates! Don't panda! Why? You dead-ass calling one of your Pokemon Plap? Oh, the Rule 34 artists heard that and came running.
To make room for this new pair, so he essentially switches Beedrill with Flaffy, which we shake on. Welcome to the team, Plaps. And then my Plap immediately almost gets killed.
No, dude. Okay, I can't watch this. I need somebody to, like, edit this video and, like, put a censor beep over every time they mention the word Plap. I can't. It's gonna activate the monkey side of my brain.
Jaden.
I'll fix it. Sorry, my bad. We find Dragonair Shuppet, which is an actually insane pair we could use right away. But yeah, I ended up killing that one.
Jaden!
I'm sorry, Jacob. It is harder than it looks to catch these things. We pour water on the strange trees on Route 36 that actually turn out to be Cradily Silcoon.
Oh my god, even the, like, set encounters get randomized as well. It was they were just cosplaying as a Sudowoodo.
Name them Dilly.
Wait, in the series, didn't Ash catch the Sudowoodo? If I remember, that's what happens, right? And now I have to ask the obvious question. When did he get rid of the Sudowoodo? Because Ash cannot hold on to Pokemon he catches for the life of him. Oh, was it Brock? Oh, that's right. It was Brock. Yes. Yes, I remember now.
And could have added them to the team as death fodder, but we ended up forgetting to. Which is a pretty silly mistake, but what's the worst that could happen?
Oh, don't say that.
Death fodder in a Nuzlocke.
Look, I'm not saying that if I ever do play a Nuzlocke, that I would unintentionally turn my entire team into a harem of sexy waifus. But you can damn well be sure that if I'm running a Nuzlocke and I run into a Gardevoir or a Lopunny and my Pokemon at the time is full, oh no! How on earth did my Pokemon that was 15 levels higher than the Lopunny die? Oh no! Well, guess I gotta replace the Pokemon with a Lopunny, Batman, because you know there's no rules against the Lopunny. There's no rules. And the Gardevoir was just begging to join my team.
Block. Jacob and I make it to Ekritik and walk into the Burn Tower. As we were about to go down there, Jan runs up and is like, "You're only trying to catch Suicune to make yourselves look stronger than you actually are." And we're like, "No, we killed him a while ago." But he still wanted to battle, probably to show off the Mew he somehow found. We beat him yet again, go downstairs, scare off the dogs, and go challenge Morty. Jacob didn't have any trouble for the team Morty had for him. But for me, I was having a bit of a harder time because he had a Luke.
Jaden Animation, welcome to my gym. You think that your Pokemon are well trained? Ha! Fool on you! I summon actual God! I summon God in attack mode! Your move, Yugi boy.
Lugia, which neither me nor my team could even handle. All I could do was bubble beam it with Plap and pray I don't get crit one-shot as Jacob just sits there watching. But it ended up working out. We arrive in Olivine and climb the giant lighthouse, almost falling to our literal death along the way. Reach Jasmine at the top, who's like, climb back down and go get medicine for Amphi and Cian.
Oh, I remember this, dude. When I first did this as a kid, I was like, oh, that's so cute. And then I did it a couple of years later. I was like, fuck you. God damn, you making me run around all over the place like that? God, talk about padding.
We almost died getting here. Surfing to Cianwood, we encountered Obama Snow Pupitar. And I know what you're thinking. Yeah, we did catch them. Abomatar joined the team immediately, and suddenly we've got a pretty powerful lineup going on. Also, a random guy in town gifted us a Mewtwo and Weepinbell. Finally.
Power Creeper. Oh, Jaden. Did nobody, like... Guys, this is... I think... Did I seriously freeze on the one... They didn't color his belly? Jaden, whoever animated this scene needs to be fired. I'm sorry, the animator brain in me saw that, and I was like, you fucked up? You fucked up? Why is his belly welly not purple wurple, huh? How am I supposed to goon if it's not accurate? Stupid sexy Mewtwo with his stupid sexy thick thighs and stupid sexy Shadman making stupid sexy Mewtwo Rule 34 that ruins my perception of Mewtwo.
Finally, I'm the one with the legend now. But we had to box him because we couldn't have two grass types. All of this sudden shared luck combined with our 0-death win streak got us feeling pretty confident.
So how did it all go wrong?
Which naturally means it's time to get kicked in the throat.
Yep.
Specifically by a black belt martial artist. Gym leader Chuck was indescribably tough in the most bullcrap way possible. For me, Jacob had no trouble at all because he's Jacob. He had a Kingdra, which I brought Obama
Daddy's special little boy.
Nothing else on my team could really do anything against it. The main drawback of this is Obamatar's Snow Warning ability, which creates hail, damaging every Pokemon, including my own, that's not an ice type, which is pretty inconvenient in a Nuzlocke. I even made a teeny tiny comment about it when I first got him. I'm gonna call it Snow's gonna kill one of my Pokemon. Kingdra goes down, and Chuck's only other Pokemon, he's only got two, is Frostlass, who, if you don't know, has Snowcloak. Snowcloak makes the Pokemon 20% harder to hit if there's hail. You want to know how many Pokemon in Gen 4 have this ability? 5.
You got
Three
the art, dude.
Mamoswine.
Whoever Jaden pissed off in a previous life has come back to curse her in this run.
You know how many Pokemon there are in Heart Gold Soul Silver? 493. Now, I know these odds sound pretty awful already, but you know what this Frostlass does? She uses Ominous Wind. Ominous Wind has a 10% chance to boost every single stat of the user.
Oh.
She gets the stat boost twice in a row.
Oh my god.
After
going even further beyond.
We both decided the best option for us would be to send in Michel as death fodder to heal up Plap, because he's the only one that can really do anything at this point. And what happens? Please don't get another stat boost.
He's good. He's so good. He's
No.
Oh shit!
Crit one-shots Michel as soon as he comes out.
Poor Sandslash. Oh, 07 for that poor boy.
He was so proud for
My
making
spiky
it out
little boy.
gym and then just falls over dead for no reason. I got Plap healed up and basically started heal stalling, which sure.
I guess you could say that he got plapped. Funny hentai joke.
Isn't a noble strategy.
Plat. Get beaten. Plat.
After literally struggling against my own bad luck for what felt like hours, finally, Frostlass goes down. Finally. Holy shit. Jacob practically drags me out of the gym and we head to the BC. We decided to add a pair we caught back on Route 35, which was Charmeleon Donphan named Darfell.
Oh, that's such a cool
fantastic
concept.
duo. I was admittedly, and I think justifiably, still really salty about what we just went through, but Jacob convinced me. Darfell's leveled up and returned to Olivine to feed Amphi the medicine that we picked up so Jasmine would finally do her job. And check this out. You're right. Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Look at R2 screens real quick.
No, it's alright. She also had a Geoxys. We headed to Mahogany Town, catching and adding Nidoran and Bibarel.
Nidoran, my little boy!
And in the Lake of Rage, Jacob caught a Kyogre paired with my...
Just a wild... You know, the legendary Pokemon that there's only one of. Oh, but I've got 3 of them.
Swalot. We never used... We caught back on Route 35, which was Charmeleon Dawn.
Thanks.
Still convinced me that we should do her job. And
thanks, YouTube?
Activate the encounter and find a shiny Banerian Donphan. Not, you know, the best, but hey, free shiny Pokemon. Doesn't hurt to Oop, I killed it. That's, again, my bad. Sorry. Lance walks up to us and goes,
Stop killing them, you
Lance.
bitch!
Grabs us by the wrist.
Oh my
kicks
god,
down the
Jane's
door to the
clumsier than
Mahogany
I
Town
am.
7-Eleven, kills one of the guys in there, and runs into the rocket hideout where he continues to wipe out any living organism he finds down there.
Based.
Classic Lance. We decided to
Yo,
copy
Jarvis,
him
clip
and
that.
beat up all the executives and their power generator. Right before we fly to Goldenrod, we pick up the 7th badge and then continue curb stomping Team Rocket. We were getting a bit too comfy though, and as Jacob wasn't paying attention, mainly because he just got a chicken sandwich, Obamatar was killed by a Golem's earthquake.
But
Oh no. That was a really bad blow and stung much more because we weren't paying
the
attention.
poor little guy.
But we did have to move on, especially since we were literally.
Oh yeah,
in the
no. If
middle
I
of
do
a
Nuzlocke of this, I ain't saves coming. I'm gonna take the lumps as they come. Oh, that'd be so demotivating though.
Down and stop doing whatever it is he was doing, and everyone is saved. On our way to Blackthorn, we catch Frostlass Corfish, which put me into a vengeful trauma spiral.
Corfish.
You. And then Jacob caught himself both a Suicune and an Azelf. We arrived and took on Claire, who led with
no, at this point you definitely acknowledge the fact that you are not the main protagonist in your own story. Jacob kind of being the oh my god, I'm daddy's special little boy. Shucks.
Mewtwo against me, which at this point I shouldn't even be surprised. But all the rest of our team was pretty much a pushover for both of us.
Intrusive thought. Damn, Jaden, why are you drawing Mewtwo so thick like that? Damn, Mewtwo walking around with that whole bakery.
Point I shouldn't even be surprised, but all the rest of our team was pretty much a pushover for both of us. Claire's a bad sport and refused to think we were good trainers, so we talked to the old man behind the gym and he's like, so do you beat your Pokemon? And we were like, no. And he's like, awesome, Claire, give him the stupid badge. What? So now we can head to the Elite Four. Hey guys, I think you should go fight a horde of Asian women in Ekritique. So we enter the Ekritique Theater and start fighting the women, and the second girl for me sends out Ambipom. As I switched to Franklin, it screeched, which I didn't pay attention to, and Ambipom double hit killed Franklin.
No!
Our starters died.
Poor little guy!
Dude, that was really sad. We were about to make it to the Elite
Four.
Oh,
that's tragic!
Damn.
And to think as well, like, you knew that, like, oh god, imagine, like, in a co-op Nuzlocke like that, like, knowing you are doing everything in your power to love your Pokemon, and just your teammate having one moment of a chicken sandwich incident, and the Pokemon you love, by power of mitosis, dies in a mitochondria-induced accident.
Alive anymore. They were with us through everything, pretty much the backbone to our teams. Man, Jan's gonna make so much fun of us when he finds out. As we're still mourning, the last kimono girl rest spams with Wailord. Do you have any dignity, woman? We're lamenting over here. We try to leave.
Yeah,
and the
we're
girls
trying to have an emotional
go
moment.
Catch the legendary Pokemon. He's already got 3, so I head to Whirl Islands and Jacob scales the bell tower. And what legends do we find? The legendary Zangoose and Loudred. Finally, we have some freedom again, and as soon as we touch the water in Newbark to head to Victory Road, what pops up from the bottom of the lake?
Oh god,
but
please.
Entei himself.
Poetic.
And Doduo. Oh my god!
Yeah, you masterball that shit!
Hello, Dode.
Ah, the turns have tabled.
We catch
About time Jaden got some luck in this.
In Victory Road, and heading towards the exit, Jan sprints up from behind us, and I iconically say, This is your last chance to kill one of our Pokemon, Jan.
Oh, no.
And what happens?
Oh no! Jaden! 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 Have you ever heard of a self-fulfilling prophecy? Oh, no, you don't tempt fate. That's like saying, man, I sure hope nobody tier 3 subs right now. Fuck.
Oh my god. No.
What happened? Oh. That's not great.
That's why you don't fuck
Killed one of our
around.
Pokemon. Yeah, that sucks. That really sucks. Darfell was an incredible pair we've had since the 5th
Oh,
gym, and
that's
we really
sad.
grew to lean on.
Or
We lost
Charizard.
quite literally half our team right before the Elite Four. We beat Jan for the last time, entered
Thank
the
you for
Indigo
here.
Plateau, and immediately bolt to the PC to see what kind of damage control we can do. After a very long time of trying to stitch together the best teams possible, we ended up with this. Ampharos and Polion,
Ah.
Bibarel Nidoqueen.
One of these days, I really want to make an animation like this. Thing is, that a lot of these scenes are just like still illustrations that just have a little bit of animation. It's all about the like narration that goes over it. I would love to do something like this. In fact, this is kind of what I want my content to be like eventually, once I get around to actually working on my main channel again.
With this. Ampharos and Polion, Bibarel Nidoqueen, Beautifly Cradily, Dodrio Entei, and Victory Bell Mewtwo. I know. Wow, Jaden, super balanced. You've got Mewtwo and Entei, and Jacob has a Beautifly.
I have the power of God on my
This is the best
team.
we could do, I promise. Tell him, Jacob, tell him. Anyway, big deep breath. Here we go into the unknown depths of the Elite Four. Will, Coda, and Bruno.
Oh yeah, no,
were all
animation definitely takes a lot of time, but I think Jaden is a really good example of showing how you can do a simplified art style and just putting the detail where it's needed. Thing is, you all know that Jaden originally did the animation herself, but by this point she was working with a team. So, you know, it's not really right to compare yourself to someone who has like multiple people working on these skits. And to be fair, this kind of a style, when it's simplified this much, when you break a character down to their component parts, like all of these characters, like even in this scene, for example, the characters in the front, when you want to make a marketable animation style, you have to make sure that it's broken down to its simplistic style. There's so little detail, which means that they can actually do animation that's actually get animation done in a much more speedy fashion. Like the head is just a circle, there's just arms with these tubes, the main body on each of them is just like a square. It's such a simplified, and there's not really any detail in the clothing. There's like a line across the middle, the belt. But the thing is, it's what's called blocking. With this kind of an animation style, you make everything as simplistic as possible so that when you try and go from frame to frame animating it, there's less for you to have to worry about in terms of consistency, which makes the animation process much simpler. And when you're working with like a cell shaded style like this, having these lines gives you much clearer boundaries and ability to pace yourself. I would love to do animation. I would love to do a video at some point where I make an animation like this. And if I did, it would be in this sort of more simplified style. Because that's what would be sort of economic for time to effort ratio.
Problem at all. We breezed right past them. Everything was going great.
Is this AI art? Yeah, just know that no matter how much I want to make AI, I'm not that morally bankrupt that I'll use AI. Don't worry.
I win these.
On the other hand, Karen was not as nice.
Oh no!
I mean, what if he does any charge move?
Oh.
Okay, he just did cross chop. He's dead. It's fine. I was. Like,
Oh
I'm just
no!
paranoid. Oh my god! Oh
Yeah.
my god! Oh my god!
A god died from a cross-dimensional karate chop. Wow! Somebody needs to tell this Machamp to go fight Goku.
Oh no. Guys, we're so sorry we got you killed in the first, 15 minutes of having you. We ended up getting out of the battle with no more casualties, but facing Lance with a team of 4 each is really not ideal, to say the least. But we walked up to him nonetheless.
Do it anyway,
Whether
no
we
balls.
win or lose here, this is our last battle. He leads with Fiona and
Oh, I
Lydian,
wonder if they
which we were
lose.
both like, ha ha ha,
I wonder if
Lance,
this is
this
why there
all
was no
you've
more.
got? and then he hits us with the no. Jacob was up against his Porygon Z, Rampardos, Licky Licky, Zapdos, and Plusle.
So this is the difference between doing this normally versus doing this in a randomizer. The randomizer makes it more accurate because this is what it's like when you go to your local card shop and fight that one dude that's got a deck that's min-maxed to the high heavens. It's not about the thematic nature of having the Pokemon that look strong, it's the ones that actually have synergy. This dude is playing the TCG and tryharding out of his ass.
Plusle. And even though it's a pretty stacked team, he was holding his own and getting through them really well. On my end, I was dealing with a giga-impacting Snorlax, which I really had nothing for. I just had to pray for no crits and as many misses as possible. It goes down eventually, and what does he send out next? Palkia.
Do you smell that? Guys, do you smell that? It's called hubris. It's called the consequence of your actions. It's called karma.
Oh, I could really use a Salamence right about now. This is what we get. We bullied Palkia so much during our journey here. Looking at my team, I don't have anything that can handle Palkia either, except for Mewtwo. And what happens?
He dies.
He gets Spatial Rend crit one shot, turn 1. I am in a lot of trouble. I took so much time getting past Snorlax that Jacob was already done with his battle, so all he could do was watch this massacre from the sidelines.
How's it going, Jaden?
To confuse him and just try to chip away at him with basically nothing. And my god, was I lucky, because if Palkia hit one more crit at any point, Dilly-Doo and the run was over. And I was forced to dance on that line for a long time. But eventually, Dilly-Doo lands the finishing blow.
Oh my God.
I was so proud. The pair that we caught so early on and deemed as death fodder was
What a
the
goofy
one
little creature.
saving us. We're
Aw,
so sorry
so cute.
for doubting you, Dilly-Doo. Thank you for sticking
Dilly,
by us.
yo,
I'm not
you gotta have that Dilly can do attitude. Because if you killy can don't, well, don't killy can come to crying to me when you fail, right?
dying. But that was only half of Lance's team, might I remind you. Plap took out his Sand Slash, which stung, but Bastiodon came out, tanked Plap's Surf, and killed him with Metal Burst. I was in shock with that.
Oh, they're
one.
losing.
That was our second oldest pair. Ever since our Franklins died, Jacob and I both started
Oh
seeing
god,
the
imagine
Plaps.
being on the other team and your Pokemon's just there, having won. And they're just stood there going, yeah, and they just like drop dead. Like it's a Death Note moment. Your characters are getting Death Noted by something that is outside your feasible understanding. Like it would give you so much anxiety to know that your life could end at any moment for reasons outside your control. Oh god, the logistics of that actually kind of scare me. Holy.
This is our star members.
Difficulty of mortality.
Beryl came out and Revenge finished the Bastiodon, and Lance's last Pokemon was big ol' hard-hitting, tanky frickin' Azumarill. I sent Dilly-Doo back out because Beryl would die immediately and started the chipping game again. If that wasn't bad enough, Azumarill set up the rain and an Aqua Ring for itself.
Oh, shit.
Which turned this fight from, to, this awful one-on-one lasted 10 whole minutes.
Wow.
I slap him, he slaps back, much harder, and then heals, and then I heal. But eventually, Dilly-Doo wins this.
It's like watching two prot paladins back in Burning Crusade fight each other. Well, I started watching at 6 o'clock this morning, and it's now 6 p.m., and they're still going.
Stalling battle, and Azumarill goes down. In an unpredictable turn of events, Dilly-Doo saved us from utter defeat.
Dilly-Doo
What
got
an
that
adventure
can-do
we just
attitude.
went on. Insane encounters.
Dilly-Doo,
insane
Dilly
bullcrap,
did win the day.
friends, death, bullying, and the Dilly-Doos. Thanks for going on this journey with me, Jacob. I quite literally couldn't have done it without you. And a salute to the buddies we made along the way.
You absolute sociopaths.
Except you.
Oh my god, that was so good. Dude, what a way to end this as well. Oh, I'm so good. Thank you. I don't think there's another Nuzlocke video that she's made. I hope she does make another one, though. These are really fun, and I've been absolutely immersing myself in the Pokemon universe recently. So, guys, if you've enjoyed this, let me know. If there's other Jaden animation stuff you'd like me to watch, please let me know in the comments. I think we've kind of nailed most of the must-watches from her. But we'll see what she comes out with in the future. So, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Come by my Twitch, join our Discord, and yeah, bye.